Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Megan, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, I'm playing video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. We're going over there, try food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that I'm doing this, folks. I'm not going to lie. Me getting that good snap was the only thing that kept this intro going. Flat out. If I'd fucked up that snap, I was just going to start all over because I fumbled a little bit at the beginning. But I think you folks are used to me fumbling occasionally, so hopefully you'll just roll with it. But anyway, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items. Whilst I do that, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm inside the truck. Whilst I'm inside the truck, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Look at the grodiness. So grody! But it's dry grodiness. Like, the shirt's clean. It's just... yeah, it turns out that industrial paint doesn't give a shit about what my washer has to say. But anyway, yeah, typically when, typically when I'm over there and I'm inside the truck and I've got the grody work clothes, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That's not the case today. I've actually had this in my fridge for a while now and I completely forgot about it. And I made sure to go over there and put it in my truck when I left for work because I'm like, I know I'm going to need it after work. So, folks, what am I trying for you? What are we doing here? Boom! It's Monster, but not just any Monster. It's Monster Rehab, and it is wild berry tea. Ooh, look at it. It's a cool looking color scheme. I like it. So, yes, I got this at a gas station like a few months ago, I think. And it just ended up in the back of my fridge. And literally last night, before I was getting ready to go to work, I was perusing through because I was like, man, I can just tell already, it's just going to be one of those nights. And it was. Like, I'm going to need a little pick-me-up at the end of the day. So I found this in there and I was like, perfect. It's advanced hydration, electrolytes, reduce fatigue, increase concentration, vitamins, coconut water, botanicals, milk. Yeah, okay. Is that seriously what I get into? That's lame. One of the things I always like about Monsters is that they always have like a little story on the side. But instead of that, I just get a bunch of fucking bullshit stuff about vitamins that I don't care about. So anyway, let's try a thing out. I've had Monster Rehabs in the past, but not in years. Not in years. Cat hair. That's what happens when you have a cat. You just live in cat hair all the time. Alright. Smells good. Smells like a berry tea. Ooh. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. And I know exactly why I like that so much. Because it tastes very similar to a drink of my own creation. So, despite what the show, the sampler platter, might suggest, I don't drink nothing but energy drinks and soda. Actually, in my day-to-day life, for the most part, I do drink some soda and some energy drinks, to be fair. But mostly, day-to-day, I just go over there and I drink Arizona diet green tea. Like the big giant jugs of it. I'll buy like 2 at a time. They'll hold me over for a few days. Buy a couple more. How you do? Thing is, I like them. They're good. They do a good job of keeping me hydrated and shit. But sometimes you want a little variety. So what I figured out that I could do is I go over there. I buy those little squirty water additives things. Specifically the zero sugar Hawaiian Punch ones, which, by the way, don't use those for normal water. Consider this a little, mini review. Don't use those with normal water. It doesn't taste very good. But, turns out if you go over there and take some of that, pour some into that big old jug with the Arizona Diet Green Tea, it's actually pretty damn tasty. It gives it a nice little fruitiness to it. Plus, it's zero sugar, so, you're not, like, cramming it full of shit. This reminds me a lot of that. Like, it's a tea, it's very light tasting, it's very smooth to drink, but that just has like a little bit of a berryness to it. It's good, I like it. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit tart, but it's not too much of either of those things. Which for me is important. Like, part of the reason why I like drinking the tea is because it's a fairly mellow drink, you know, and like, I'm the type of person where, especially at night, or when I'm sleeping anyway, I always like to have a drink nearby. And I don't mean like, oh, I want like a bottle of water. No. Because I'll wake up and I'll chug a bottle of water in like fucking 5 seconds. I need something that's going to sustain me for a little bit. So I usually like to have a big jug of something nearby, whether it's water or tea or something to that effect. So I will usually have like a big jug of tea nearby, and I want something that I can just swig real quick, hit it, and then fall right back asleep. So I need it to be smooth, and I need it to be a relatively mellow drink. Because if it's too much, then, you know, it might overstimulate my senses and might prompt me to wake up more than I want to be. But no, this is actually really good. Like I said, I haven't had a Monster Rehab in I don't know how long. Probably since my gas station days, because that's when I remember them coming out with it. They had a whole bunch of flavors, and I think I tried all of them eventually. But yeah, it's actually pretty damn good. Like, I genuinely have no beef with this. It doesn't have, like, any weird taste or anything like that. You know, I mean, I guess I would say, you know, just if you're somebody who's considering it, maybe you're already somebody who's a tea person, because I'm not typically a tea person. I like the store-bought bullshit teas. I'm not going to make my own tea. I'm not going to put a kettle on. No. But Arizona, brisk, sure, I'll do that for you. This does fall into that category. I can't imagine anybody would look at this and think, Monster tea, eh? Surely this will go great with my, my vintage Earl Grey that I have, just in my cupboard. No, that's not what this is. It's a commercial bullshit tea, but it's a good tasting commercial bullshit tea, and that's ultimately what I care about. That is very good. Very, very good. I like that a lot. Now, all that said, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes, and more or less yes. Like, I don't remember which gas station I got this at, and I don't remember if, like, it's become more widely available since then, but I remember seeing it at that gas station and being like, hey, I haven't seen that one. I would actively go over there periodically, not on a, regular basis. I could see going over there and getting one of these to have in my fridge. Now, I think with the Rehab stuff, I think they're not, like, crazy caffeinated, if I'm not mistaken. Total sugar is 4 grams. So that's not too bad at all. Does it have a thing? Well, it does have taurine and caffeine in it. So it's... Oh, wait, okay. Looks like 160 milligrams. It's either 100 or 160. I don't know, because that might just be a blemish. So that's still a fair amount of caffeine. But it's obviously, less than a lot of the Monster products. I mean, yeah, man, I would still pick it up. I would go over there, I would have it just to have in my fridge every now and again. Because it's tasty. It's got, a nice little caffeine kick to it. I think I would go with that. If I was recommending it to other people, like I said, the main thing to take away from it would be like, it's a Monster. It doesn't taste like Monster. Let me emphasize that. It does really just taste mostly like a tea, just, with the berry aspect to it. And I really like that. I think it works really well for me. But if you're somebody who, like I said, if you're, like, really into teas and stuff, probably not going to be for you, but I also imagine you already know that. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, spend this rest of your year. Folks, you can go over there, have yourselves a truly tea-tastic rest of your life. Tea is good. I like tea. Hell, for a while I was even drinking unsweetened tea, because I was, like, trying to be, like, not like healthy, but, like, more healthy. I tried, and I did it for a while, and I just started to hate myself. I was so unhappy. I derived so much joy from the consumption of things, And the thing is it's like you watch the show and it's like, oh, I'm kind of a fat guy. I'm a fat guy, to be fair. I love food, for sure. But point for point, drinks are way more my thing than food is. Food is, I can go for a while without food and I can be okay. Drinks are one of those things where it's like, no, man, I have to have a lot of shit, just stored in my fridge because it's like, I love, just tasty beverages of, various varieties. So when I was just drinking the unsweetened tea, it just got to a point where it's like, there's no joy in this for me. I'm sorry, I just couldn't do it anymore. But anyway, final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Especially when you're over there and, every now and again your coworkers go over there and fuck up your whole night because they're a little bit incompetent sometimes. To be fair, I'm a little incompetent sometimes too. So, I toss myself in that because I've fucked up stuff for my coworkers too, so to be fair. But that was definitely my night tonight at work where it was just like, oh, okay, so I'm screwed for the next 6 hours. Awesome. But anyway, it is important though when we run into those situations in our life that are stressful, frustrating, etc. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing, whatever the thing is for you. That's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, you know what I want you to do? I mean, you can do whatever you want, as long as it's legal and kosher and all that good stuff. Here's my suggestion. Go watch some DCAU stuff. If you're not familiar with what that is, it's a DC animated universe. And it was a long-running line of connected shows. Probably most famously, you had Batman the Animated Series, which is like one of the best things ever. Then you also had Superman alongside that. Then eventually you had like the Justice League stuff. Genuinely, if you enjoy like the DC universe and stuff, genuinely some of the best content I think has ever been put out. And I'm including movies in that. I'm including all the animated stuff they've done since then. I personally still think that is pretty much the best stuff. I can go back and rewatch that stuff with a great deal of joy. I love comic book stuff. I hate how edgy comic books, everything has to be overly serious. And it's like, don't get me wrong, that can be good too. But you have to have counterpoints to that. If you don't have contrast, then it's just edge. Just edge. Every time I see a new stuff for a new Batman animated movie, I'm like, cool, Batman's awesome. I grew up with Batman. And it's just edgy bullshit Batman all the time. And it's like, that's not what Batman is all the time. Yes, he kicks ass, and yes, he has a bit of an edginess to him. But it's like, he also has like a great depth of humanity. And I think that the DCAU did the best job of showcasing both aspects. Also, if we're just talking Batman Brave and the Bold. Fan-fucking-tastic. Does not get the love that it deserves. Fantastic. Or conversely, you don't have to. And if you like all the edgy stuff, that's fine too. I don't dislike it. It's a bit much all the time. Anyway, bye.